squatting in the curl rack. No, just kidding. Curling in the squat rack. No, just kidding. This is the Living Fit Show. Aaron, Julia, Marcus, and we're gonna talk about sometimes you wanna work on a little pump. You wanna work on how you look. Not necessarily do like the perfect CSCS style workout. Sometimes you just want.
I just want to work out. Sometimes I don't want to train.
Get a little swole.
Sometimes I just want.
Or what? I mean, so guys call it swole. What do girls call it?
Probably booty gains.
Booty.
Like that.
Sometimes you want some booty gains, which doesn't happen with curls in the squat rack. I'm guessing.
You know.
That's squatting in the squat rack.
That's true.
Squatting in the curl rack.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Squat in the curl rack? What is the curl rack? Would that be like the preacher curl?
Maybe
Just like squatting on
pick it
top
up,
of it?
pick it up and squat it. Yeah. So you can just do that too. So yeah, I think there's this common problem I think in fitness where it's like you have to have the perfect workout. How many times have you had someone ask you, what's the perfect workout? What's the perfect plan? What's the perfect program? What's the perfect split? What's the perfect whatever? And it's like, no, sometimes you don't need that. Sometimes you just gotta like let it flow.
Well, so there's this huge populace that wants aesthetics. Like that's the goal.
It's the only goal.
And then there's these like super highly educated, like, you know, super special trainers. Oh, sorry, me? That are like, oh, that's stupid. You don't need to worry about aesthetics.
You don't need isolation exercise.
Because you should, work this way or, whatever it is, right? Like, oh, it's all results driven or whatever. But the thing is, like, can we have both?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
And both are okay.
And how? How can I have both? How can I have my cake and
curl it too? Yeah.
I mean, coming from the most structured person ever, I mean, next to you. Pretty structured.
Free fall compared to you guys.
Yeah.
Marcus is like out there like ribbon dancing. Oh, yeah. I love ribbon dancing.
You guys like, oh, how many sets did you do? What was the tempo on that?
First of all, there wasn't any progressive overload with that ribbon that you were twirling.
But I felt good. No, having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah, how do you do that?
So you're the most structured person.
I am. And, you just have to have a plan.
Yeah.
Or you don't, I guess.
Great advice.
You should have a plan if you want to see yourself improve.
Marcus says it all the time, random results, right?
Yeah.
Come from random workouts.
Picking and choosing random workouts from scrolling through Instagram or YouTube or whatever will get you a workout for the day, which is amazing. And if you want to see yourself progress, I think you need to follow a structured plan with progressive overload like you do with a ribbon,
Absolutely.
And so, and if you want aesthetic goals, then
you just add that in.
You add that in.
It's like this thought, like you can have your cake and eat it too by having a generally structured plan. Let's say like 80% of your workout is structured, and then have that 20% free play where you can do curls in the squat rack, where you can do some isolation exercises, get that pump training. But the problem is most people major in minors and they're all doing the pump work and the aesthetic work, and then there's no structural, getting stronger, progressive overload. It's just all like random.
Yeah. Is my bicep bigger today than it was yesterday? Is my butt cheek bigger today than it was yesterday? No? More.
Always more.
I was noticing your butt cheek. It's getting a little bit bigger. You've been squatting? You've been squatting in the curl rack.
Yeah. Squats in the curl rack. I have been. Lots of hinge work back there. Actually, I've been doing a lot more running. So,
that's one thing that.
But it's like sprints.
That's not running.
Yeah.
But I do mid-distance. 400s is running, and it's horrible. That's not it is the worst. That's not sprint work. Like I'd rather run 8 miles than do 8 400s. No, not 8 400s. Than do 16 400s.
I'm just gonna ribbon dance. You guys keep your running. Keep those runnings.
Sometimes you run in the squat rack.
So how much curling in the squat rack do you do? How much aesthetic?
So it's so funny that we came up with this topic or whatever, but only in this last year did I start doing aesthetic work again. I have not done aesthetic work in 8 years.
What shifted for you?
What shifted it? This is gonna sound super vain. No. What shifted it was my shirts feel a little bit loose right here. And I don't like that feeling. So I was like, you know, I'm not getting any younger. My testosterone isn't like primed like it used to be.
It's toxic. That's toxic masculinity right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 40, right? So, I'll be 40 in a couple months. And yeah, so I'm like, I'll work a little bit of aesthetics into the tail end of my training. So I'll work a little bit of bis and tris. The crazy part is my shoulders actually feel a little bit better.
Joints feel better.
My joints feel a little bit better. If I overdid it, I'm sure I would get like overuse injuries in my elbow and stuff like that. But yeah, just add that in and money.
Yeah, I think the people that get so wrapped up into either abbreviated training or compound lifts and only focusing on progressive overload, it's like when you are focusing on progressive overload, you're gonna hit a wall, and then you are stressing your body, you're stressing your joints so much, workout after workout after workout, that incorporating those high volume, you're getting that blood flow, so that's gonna be circulating some nutrients, you're taking a break from your joints, and you're getting a little pump work, so you can fill up those shirts. There's nothing wrong with that.
And you know what else helps? Anti-inflammatory diet, like bringing down the inflammation.
Right after.
Yeah, I mean, right? Like, yeah. So I don't really follow that. My nutrition is.
Gallons of coffee is anti-inflammatory. Is that?
It does have antioxidants.
First of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you? No, coffee is an essential.
It's one of the food groups.
Nutrient. I'm pretty sure it's a standalone. Yeah, it's like a macro.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk about coffee at some point in the future.
Yeah.